Hi, Verris.
Hello.
How you doing?
Fairly well.
So
Could
as
use a
you,
bath.
well, we'll see what we can do about that after the interview. I'm sure you're probably confused about why you're here. Well,
Extraordinarily.
you wrote a book,
Really?
and we're all fans of yours, and we just happen to know from what it said in the book that you were going to be teleporting in exactly today to our area. So we built the stadium outside that you teleported into, and
That's what I thought about.
yeah, and we set up this interview, and we realized that you're headed back here right away. So we wanted to get these interviews done, and maybe let you guys sign some autographs for your fans and stuff like that.
Fans?
So I want to ask you a couple questions. Let's start out with, where are you from? Tell us about you. Who are you? What did you do before meeting up with this group? Because we get it from McLennan's pub in Seattle, on your planet.
Seattle, yes.
That's where our story begins. We want to know more about you. Tell us about your beginnings.
Well, born and raised in Seattle. I was there when the Sixth World officially began, right at the turn of the 21st century. Gained my meta-humanity through magic entering our world, and kind of went on from there. Lived in later on, after all of the riots, killing, hunting, after things settled down, when people started changing, got a job, fell into the wrong group, pissed off the wrong people, got myself almost killed, my wife killed, and kind of fell into a slump after that. Beyond that point, when I met this group, I was just finally finding myself again, trying to branch out, create a new life.
Okay, great. That's amazing. Because a lot of us didn't know much about you before. So certain parts of the book are really interesting to us. We would like to know more about the situation where Vordath lost his eye. Could you tell us in your words exactly what happened?
That's still fresh in the memory banks. Yes. It was shortly after we came back into, what century was it? 1600s, or probably much earlier than that. Too much going on, basically. I'll sort out my memories later. But we just come into the era coming down through the valley. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, so you're coming down through the valley.
Oh. Yes. Second time through that same valley, though we found that we're about 5-10 years earlier at this point than we had been previously. Coming down through the valley, coming upon the same village we had before, though it was brightest day outside when last time we came in, and it was night. We saw the villagers, if you can call them that, about their daily lives. One of the youngins saw us approaching and must have thought we were invaders of some kind, because he attacked, he charged. Scuffle ensued, grease, glitter. It was all kind of fast and unpleasant. But Kaimei found herself in a struggle with the weapon that Vordath was holding, if you could call it that, and he slit, poked his eye out, and that was that.
Grease, glitter, and he lost his eye.
Grease, glitter, he lost his eye. Simple as that. I mean, that's all there really was to it.
All right. There's been a lot of talk in your books about the plans.
Wait, books, plural?
Well, we've only received one of the installments.
I mean,
We're waiting for another one to come through.
always toyed with the idea of writing more than one. Curious.
Anyway, so in the book that we've read, we've heard about your plans to build the airship, and we asked some questions of Oni, but he didn't. He was very Oni.
As Oni usually is.
Explain to us what your plans are for funding and resourcing the items for this airship, because honestly, we're really interested in how you're going to go about that. We're at a point now where, I mean, we realize it's going to be in the next book, but come on, give us a little bit more.
You're asking something that's barely even conceptualized as far as what we could do. I mean, we could sell the goblin out for shits and giggles. Oni can probably, I don't know, engineer something. Jokes aside, though. Simply odd jobs at first, here and there. We're already planning or have talked to a shipping company, and we are going to rescue some of their men. 5,000 gold ahead, I think it was, but regardless, rescue some of the men, clear out some trouble, and go from there. I mean, there's so much on our plates right now. It's going to take some sitting down and thinking to really flesh that out.
What's it like being around Kame? For us, knowing that she's a princess, she's a celestial dragon, she's a goddess. Tell us what it's like being with her.
For the short time I was with her, fantastic. I genuinely enjoyed her presence. She was kind where she needed to be, hostile where she needed to be. She kept the boys in line, which was fantastic because they don't listen to me. Yeah, she wanted to help people wherever she went. And even though it's been mere days since she was with us, I miss her greatly. Although, I guess she is back in one form.
But we're a little worried about the murders that took place in the first chapter of your book, in Seattle.
In Seattle, yes.
That started you on your journey. The concern is that while you're all heroic to us, a lot of people are complaining that we shouldn't be that enthralled with you because you are just basically a bunch of murderers.
Well, I can't really argue that point. It was a very unfortunate set of events that took place there that day. We simply had gone to talk to and possibly chase out of town a group of thugs. A gang that had moved down into town, the Kings, I think it was. We happened upon a house. Oni decided to walk up, and immediately a gun and knife was drawn, which triggered me, if you will. PTSD and all that. Flashbacks to my wife, and before I even knew it, I drew my gun. Shot a man right in the face. saw several people. Many places. Broke a man's neck. Yes, unfortunate. But that is a different time, and I don't think that anyone in this time, as little as I know about it, which is next to nothing, can really comprehend society of Seattle in my time.
Okay. I really want to transition this to a bit of a lighter note. Can you tell us how difficult is it to be around Onan? I mean, the smell alone.
You get past the smell. A lot of people think that something of a certain stench or scent will linger for as long as you're around it. But the reality is, while scent is one of your most powerful senses, it also dulls very quickly when exposed to a certain scent, a certain smell. It was really only 3 weeks of dry heaving, gagging, vomit here and there before my body decided that it wasn't going to register the scent anymore. So for a while, it was very rough, but I got past it.
Great. Thank you very much. I'm glad we were able to meet you. There are fans outside that would love to see you. I mean, as you saw in the stadium, there are whole sections cheering for each of you.
Oh.
Thank you very much.